I was in a really abusive relationship. That should have been the end of my life, but God obviously had other plans. I was working at the beer store, like sorting empties and not doing anything with my music. I had no record deal. I hated myself, you know, like I felt like a loser. And so I dated a loser. Packed up everything I had and I moved to Nashville. Casey Tyndall, Lainey Wilson were literally the first friends I met when I moved to town, and two of my best friends to this day. I mean, that's my family.
Right here we all thank heaven for God's grocery store.
I didn't grow up with any kind of religion, spirituality, like whatsoever. Like, never went to church, had never been baptized. It was not like something my family talked about. It was not something I was exposed to. It was not something any of my friends talked about growing up. My only understanding of like religion or Christianity was honestly some really bad stereotypes from like movies and like media. And I saw it as just, it was the judgmental side, the hatred, you know, all of these things. And I was like, well, that's not me. And for me, what led me to God originally was I was in a really abusive relationship. It nearly took my life. And after the last time he put his hands on me, I mean, for one, I think that I had inhuman strength and courage in that moment to get out of that moment. Like, that should have been the end of my life, but God obviously had other plans. And when I got out, I realized, like, what the hell am I doing? You know, like, this is crazy. I had never been so low. Like, that was my rock bottom. Like, and at this point, I mean, I wasn't doing anything with my music. You know, I was living in this like crappy basement apartment. I was working at the beer store, like sorting empties and not doing anything with my music. I had no record deal. I hated myself, you know, like I felt like a loser. And so I dated a loser, you know, and when it clicked in my brain that like if I didn't get out, it was gonna take my life. I just felt so alone. And one night I just the anxiety was just unreal. And I remember just thinking like, I don't even know what to do, where to turn. And I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. And I literally just got down on my knees one night and was like, God, I don't even know if you're real. I don't even know if you're there. And if you are, maybe it's too late. Like, how dare I now in my, you know, at the age of, I think I was like maybe 26, 27, like I've never spoken to you once in my life. And how dare I try and come to you now? But if you're there, just get me out of here. Like, just get me out. And he did. And every day since then, I had strength and courage I didn't know I could ever possess. And yeah, I got out. I went to the police. He was arrested and charged and convicted. And a couple of years later, I packed up everything I had and I moved to Nashville to just get a fresh start, clean slate, and to chase my career. And I remember like on the drive down to Nashville, one of my bandmates, he drove with me to help me move in and stuff. And I remember in my head, I was just praying like, God, this is crazy. Like, what am I doing? I don't even know anybody down here. Like, I hope this is the right choice. Like, just give me some kind of sign. And the very first night I was in town, you know, we get in, Ollie and I'm like, let's just go get a beer somewhere, you know, and chill out. And before I had moved, our friend Casey Tyndall, you know, we had followed each other on Instagram. We'd never actually met. It was just kind of a like, oh, you like to hunt and your music's cool. Like, I like what you do. And, you know, we'd left comments on each other's things, but had never really met or talked. So we end up, we're at Basement East and I'm standing in line to go in and all of a sudden I hear, Meghan Patrick? And I turn around and there's Casey. She's like, hey, it's me, Casey Tyndall from North Carolina. What are you doing here? I thought you lived in Canada. And I was like, well, actually, like as of today, like I live here. I literally just packed up everying I had.
Escape convict.
Yeah, and She's like, oh my God, that is like the best news ever. She's like, you're like a real country girl, not one of these poser girls. Like you get out in the woods, like you like to hunt. She's like, oh my God, you got to meet my friend Lainey. She's going to love you. And so Casey Tyndall, Lainey Wilson were literally the first friends I met when I moved to town, and two of my best friends to this day. I mean, that's my family. And to me, that was as good of a sign as any